How's everyone doing?
Hi there.
First of all, I'd like to thank Bonnie for joining in. And
Of course,
just
of
a
course.
before I actually introduce you, let people join in. Okay, we can get started. So I'll introduce myself and then I'll let Bonnie take over. So, hi
Absolutely.
everybody, I am Shivangi. I am here from Team FilterPixel. And today we have our ambassador Bonnie with us. I'll just give you a bit idea about Bonnie. So Bonnie's actually been in this industry since the last 10 years. She started in fashion and advertising. And now, since so long, she's actually been taking so many learnings and now she's doing wedding, portraits, branding, and whatnot. And when I asked Bonnie, like, what do you like to do in your spare time? What tops your list? She actually said brunches. So that
Love
is
a
her
good one.
favorite thing. And also, she loves to spend time with her boy and also her family and her friends. Now, I'll
Mhm.
let her take over and actually give her introduction and then we can proceed.
Thank you so much. And yeah, you've definitely pinpointed it. So I'm Bonnie Blue. I have been in the industry for a long time and have gone without different softwares and really doing everything manually one by one. It's been very time consuming to now getting all this new fun and great technology, which allows us to save time and have, of course, more fun, handle more business, and of course, spend time with our loved ones more. So, yes, I love a good brunch or a late lunch situation. That's where I will be if I'm not spending time with my son Liam. And really, I'm just excited to share with everyone FilterPixel. Its capabilities, what it can do to help us all save time. I know a lot of people shy away from a new system because you have to learn something else, but we got to keep up with the waves and keep growing. And also, these new systems can really just help us be more efficient with our clients, save time, get weddings out maybe in one day or 2 days instead of, a long 2 to 6 week process. So I'm happy to share that with everyone and to get started.
Amazing. So
Mhm.
thank you for being with us. There are already comments pouring in. Michael says Bonnie is the best.
Thanks, Michael.
And someone in the comments loves your glasses. So save them before you take it. So
Thank
yes,
you, guys.
there's that. Okay, we're
Mhm.
gonna dive right into
Perfect.
the topic. So Bonnie's actually here to show her FilterPixel workflow, how she uses the app, what she does before that, her favorite features, and how she got around the workflow and everything. So I think she's already done like imported a wedding for you.
Mhm.
She's trying to put out a diverse portfolio like a portraits, wedding. She was showing me the other day that what she's been culling.
Mhm.
So you can screen share, you can just take over. And I also had one more question actually before we actually
Sure. Let's
dive
do
right
it.
into the workflow. So
Mhm.
like there's a wave of AI going on. It actually takes some time to actually adapt to things which you've rightly adapted, of course, which you just
Mhm.
mentioned. And before FilterPixel, you were actually culling manually. So could you tell what's the difference that's actually there, manual culling and AI culling with FilterPixel? Is there some time that you've saved? Is there something that you're able to do better than before? Like anything on that?
Absolutely. So for me, especially using FilterPixel, when I call myself, if you don't know me, I am a very indecisive individual. So I will have, maybe five of the same poses of the same people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I like them all. I don't know what to do. Some of you just throw everything away. But for those who are really indecisive, FilterPixel helps me bring all of the images that are very similar together, and then I'm able to kind of zoom in on those images and figure out which one is the best by either looking at, their facial expressions, how their body language is, and so much more. So it helps me save time and really get down to the perfect image. You don't need five of the same image, of course. We all know this. So it really helps me hone in on which one is the best image for that section of photos, and then I can move right along. So I don't have to call some of my best photographer friends like Michael and Katrina and say, hey, can you help me pick out which, are the best photos out of these sets, and take them away from their time to help me choose the best ones, because now I have FilterPixel and it just helps me get to the goal quicker. So it's really great.
Amazing, amazing. So,
Mhm.
what are the things that you're able to do or spend time better on apart from brunches? So, what's
Absolutely, right?
that you're doing, like when you've
Absolutely.
automated your workflow? So yes.
So when I start the culling process here, what I love to do is, of course, more chores around the house. We all hate chores, but we have to do them. So while I have a new album uploading, and let's say the album has 1,000+ images from a wedding, or even a few hundred images from maybe a family session or a generational family session, right? I'm able to go throw some dishes in the dishwasher or go do a load of laundry and come back and it's already uploaded. So I literally don't have to do a lot of the brunt work myself. FilterPixel does it for me. And that is just so helpful when it comes to multitasking your day and getting more of what you need done. So you
Amazing.
can't not love it.
Amazing, amazing.
Mhm.
So my questions would be endless. Before I hop on to another,
Sure,
we can
sure.
actually start screen sharing, and you can actually show them the steps and take them through every step how you do it. So
Um,
just going to enable the screen sharing for you, and yeah,
Perfect.
so
So
I can
let
see
me
your screen.
here. And everybody, let me know if you all can see this. So this is an older wedding. Newer weddings are exclusive, so we can't show those. But this is Mike and Keandra's wedding. It was absolutely amazing at Ventana's in Atlanta. And so I have, as you can see at my top left corner, the highlighted images. These are the images that the system has called for me. These are the rejects. And this is kind of what we're on. And I believe this is what shows everything already. Okay. So before we get ahead of ourselves, what I usually do when I get into FilterPixel is it will open up and it'll take us to this home screen. The home screen will basically show us all of the things that we have culled before, and we make little albums for them. So it's this easy. You go to create new album. It is going to take you to your folders on your desktop, or on Finder, Team Apple. Sorry for our Window users. And I have my weddings very organized. And you just go to a wedding, right? So you'll double click on a folder that you want cold. Your raw images can be in there. Okay. Let's say these are all, well, that's the cold folder. So these are all the raw images right here. Okay. And all you do,
Just a second. I'm so sorry, Bonnie, to interrupt. I can actually see a grayed out screen. So is there something that you're doing right now? Like, are you on
I
the
am I am showing everyone my Finder, but actually what I can do so that everyone can see my entire screen instead of just the FilterPixel app, I believe it just grades it out when I open my Finder window. So let me
It does. It does.
stop sharing and then reshare my entire screen very
Sure.
quickly. Here we go. Can
Yeah.
everyone see?
Okay. I can. Let me just check with everybody.
Perfect. Gotta love technology and
Yeah.
its privacy.
I believe we can move forward. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you'll go there, you'll click create new album, and then your options of which wedding or portrait session you want will pop up. You go to the folder in which you have your photos. I shoot in raw, always shooting raw. And so you'll see all the raw photos here. And once I click open, it will literally start, well, 2 seconds. You have to name your folder. And then you can click a category in which your portrait session is. This lets FilterPixel learn how you like your culling style. So let's just say weddings and events. And once I hit start now, it will start culling. Okay. You're going to give it 5, 10, maybe 20 minutes. If you have a just a bunch of images, like thousands of images you need culling. And after that, it will show up and take you to the screen here. So as you can see at the top left corner, it says first pass of culling completed and AI has selected your best photos. So the AI does its thing. It shows the best photos that it likes. Now, the other problem photographers have is that we have trust issues. So for the first time that you use this culling system, I guarantee you, you will probably go back through and look at all the images the system did not select. But no worries, because they never delete the images. It's just the filtering system of what has been accepted by the AI, what has been rejected by the AI. So you don't have to worry about anything being deleted. And as you can see here, as we scroll through the gallery, we have, of course, the getting ready, the ceremony, and it still gave me 1,535 photos that it accepted. Okay, that is what we're looking at. Okay. Oops.
Okay.
Let me go back. There we go. And so you can see all the things, all the dancing, the reception, everything. That's still a good amount of photos that it accepted, right? But you can also, we have these little filters at the bottom to where you can adjust the eye quality, which will either allow some grace and add more pictures to the accepted portion, or it will get a little bit firmer and give you some more rejects. Same thing with the focus quality, because sometimes, depending on if you're using a laptop, small laptop, or a smaller desktop, we don't always see if the images are fully clear and crisp. So this AI system will tell you, hey, this is a blurred photo. And this might be an artistic thing, and you might keep the photo, so you can definitely bring it back in. If it's the only photo in the collection, it will still keep it for you, and then you can go back and reject it if you would like. So we're just scrolling through. And now, my favorite part, which I have shared with Shivangi, is if you all can see this, if you can see my arrow, this group shot of these ladies, you'll see a +4 in the top of the icon, right? What does that +4 mean? Well, if you're an overshooter, and that's okay if you are, um, it will show you all the photos that are similar, like extremely similar. So when you click on that, double click, and it'll bring you to all of the photos, right, that are extremely similar. And then it allows me to compare and contrast. And literally, all of these photos are like exactly the same, but it will let you compare and contrast, because in one of these photos, you can look. Somebody might have their eyes closed, right? Somebody might be looking away at somebody else in the back trying to take the photos instead of the main photographer. Gotta love that situation. So it will show you, so you can compare and contrast. And another great thing is you can also double click on a person so that you can see them, to double check to make sure, are her eyes closed? I can't tell. You can double click on that person, and in each photo, it will show you, hey, that person looks good. They're good to go. And I just love this software, right? That's clearly the bride. We got to make sure the bride looks good. All these, the bride looks good. So whereas it's still selected for
Okay,
the
so Bonnie, Michael has a question. I'll just keep on taking the questions
absolutely
as they keep on coming in.
sure.
So he had just, I'm sorry, I lost it. Okay, yeah. So he just asked, how long does it take to color a whole wedding? I mean, you know better because you just put it into the system, so you can just give the
Absolutely.
right metrics right now. Yeah.
Great question. So this one took about 15 minutes to upload and cull. We have over, I believe we have 1,842 photos here. Okay. And so 15 minutes is not bad. Definitely can throw in some laundry or do the dishes real quick, or, go stuff my face with something to eat real quick. Um, or just handle stuff on social media. So it took about 15 minutes. Some people have more, some people have 2,000, 3,000 photos, etc. So still 20 minutes versus having to go do this yourself and go through the back and forth of every photo. It's really, really great. And also something else, since it's done majority of the culling for you, of course you're going to choose to trust it or go back and go through a few things. We can go look at the rejected images. And if there are any other questions, Shivangi, please hop in.
I will definitely do. I'm just keeping a tab there, although there's someone from the team also present, so they're just replying to the
Absolutely.
questions there
Hey,
itself.
team.
Yeah.
So I like this also because when you go to the rejected, it'll tell you basically kind of why it rejected the photos. First of all, if you see these 4 and plus threes, that means that it has another photo that is very similar to it that Filter Pixel more than likely has accepted. So that's number one. It shows you down here, accepted, rejected, rejected. Over here to the right, it zooms in and shows you the faces of the people in these shots, which let me go down and find that one. Here it is, right here, right? There
Bonnie,
is
see there's accepted folder as well that is open. So like, you've
Mhm.
clicked on
Oh,
both accepted as well as
there
rejected.
you
Yeah.
go.
So don't get confused there. Yeah.
Right, no worries. So here you
You
tap
get
it
it.
off, you'll no longer see the accepted. So here it shows the 200 rejected, right? And it's highlighted right here, the top left corner. Over here, we see, unfortunately, he's not as crispy as we would like. And the reason why it's tagged is down here in the bottom right. It says it's out of focus. It says low quality eyes, which means they're, just not as sharp as we would like them to be. But if you go and double click, you see that +5. There's some more images here that we can choose from that are definitely a bit sharper, a bit better in quality, etc. And if you like one more than the other, all you have to do is press U to untag it, and you can press P on your keyboard to accept it. I do like this one in the middle a little bit better than I like this one, but this one's close up. You guys you do not want to sit through me culling this stuff on my own because you'll be like, good Lord, save her from herself, which Filter Pixel has done essentially. Okay. Some more just rejected. It's great. It helps you it says out of focus. It's not as sharp as it could be low quality. But again, we have more images available. Okay. So you can always go back and add to your
Right.
approved.
I can just add in here, survey modes actually, Bonnie just told me survey mode is her favorite feature because it just gives them all in, one screen in one place.
Mhm,
Now, in order to not confuse you, there's
mhm.
actually another feature which is called comparison mode, which can actually give you, the exact matrix of why the photo was selected and what's the percentage of the eye or the focus quality. So you can just go to any of these pictures and click C on your keyboard, and you'll get that. You can press C on it. Yeah. So basically, there you can actually get some sort of scores to compare your photos and then proceed with it. If you like numbers person, this is something which will be very beneficial for you. That I actually want to see the score and then actually accept them. So that's one of these things.
I love that too. I'm so excited. Okay. So you learn something new every time. Perfect. And you can also see it'll show some of the faces as well right here. Okay. And who's looking, who's paying attention, etc. Okay. So let's say that I want to go and accept all
Yeah.
of the accepted images. We have sift through,
Yeah.
we addressed our insecurity of not being sure if the AI did what it was supposed to do, but of course it did. And you might take a couple out, put a couple in to your accepted pile or rejected pile. And we have our perfect number of our wedding family session, portrait session. Then we will go to export.
Okay.
Once we go to export, it gives you so many different options to choose from. Those who use Capture One, you can do it there. You could do it in Lightroom, or you could do it to a folder on your desktop or on your hard drive. And the best thing is, I always export on my hard drive. I know a lot of people just go straight into Lightroom, but again, I have control issues. So I like to export it into its folder first and then import from Lightroom and go from there, do any tweaks I need to do. As you can see here with the tags, it shows me and it's highlighted the accepted amount of photos we will be exporting. And you have stars and color rankings as well that you can use. But I don't use them. So Shivangi, if you would like to highlight that a little bit,
Sure.
you can.
Sure, sure, sure. So a lot of people, who use Lightroom primarily, they have a habit of star rating and color rating their photos instead of actually doing PNX, which is rejecting and accepting. So they do 5 stars for the best ones, 4 stars for maybes, and 3 stars for the bad ones, which they might not deliver. And
Mhm.
usually they export the 4 star and the 5 star ones, edit them. Usually they export only the 5 star ones, edit them. And if they need more, they come back for the 4 star ones. So you actually go for the accepted and the rejected workflow. That is why you would go in for the accepted tag.
Mhm.
But if you were, let's say you had star rated all of them, then you would actually be exporting the star rates or the color ratings.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so after that, you can tell it where you want it to go, which I will say export to a local folder. Okay.
So
Now
what
you
do you do? Like, you
can.
export them to a local folder and then you import them into Lightroom. So what's your workflow from there? Like from Lightroom, you edit, or do you also do advanced edits in Photoshop? So like, what's your workflow after you've culled in FilterPixel?
Right. So after I've called in FilterPixel, I will have a cold folder. I know. And you are going to be like, Bonnie, this is so much. I know. Y'all know I am extra in all the best ways. Okay. So once we go here, as you all can see, I have a bunch of different photos. These are all the raw images. Imagine just going through all of those. Um, so let me see. Do I have a cold folder in here somewhere? Let's see. Usually do as I say, not as I do. All right. So as you can see for this wedding,
Mm-hmm.
we have this cold folder. That is literally where Filter Pixel will end up sending the photos. And then I'll have a whole bunch of photos in here that you'll see from like a wedding. And I'll import the cold folder to Lightroom. Once
Yeah.
I do that, I will start my editing process. I do have a few preferred preset or
Okay.
filters. Some people say filters, some people say presets, and I will apply those and then start making my adjustments.
Amazing. Okay. Okay. So do you also go for advanced edits like smart removal and all of these things in Photoshop, or do you just stay in Lightroom majorly?
So majorly I stay in Lightroom. I will
Mhm.
do my SEO in Lightroom. I will do like my metadata for the photos in Lightroom, the lighting adjustments in Lightroom. The only thing I do outside of Lightroom is my skin smoothing process for my bride and groom portraits,
Got
which
it.
is what I do in Photoshop. So that is when I go and retouch the skin a little bit, add that extra pizzazz to the bride and groom and the bridal portraits and some of the family portraits. Um, and really look to see if I need to make any major adjustments to those portraits. And then after that, we are all done. So I do take a little step further when it comes to the polish and shine of having my bridal portraits stand out. Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. Okay.
Mhm.
We are getting a few questions from Michael and Richard, I believe. The team is answering them. In the meantime, I'd just like to add here that, because you just mentioned Lightroom and editing, we're also coming up with the edits, which Bonnie is actually a part of in the top 10 people. So she's actually testing out, seeing what we're doing there. So that's one thing that, it also be integrated with your Lightroom itself. So filter pixel
Mhm.
editing is on its way, and we're giving access to 10 to 20 people at a time. We're testing it out. It's just an exclusive access sort of a thing. And ambassadors already have it, which includes Bonnie. So, yes, that's
Yeah.
something I just wanted to add on here.
And we're excited. It's going to be so great to be able to um, have everything in one place, shorten your workflow time, and really just be able to trust the software that can get majority of the work done for you. So even if you don't have kids, let's say you have more weddings, you're able to pick up more work and more bookings because you have shortened down the amount of time needed to do each wedding or to do, each portrait branding session, et cetera, or family session. So it's really great. It's important. I'm excited because I know sometimes I just get too busy and
Yeah.
having to go in and do even the editing side can take some time because I am a stickler when it comes to my editing. If you all didn't know, I'm a retoucher as well and teach retouching. So at the end of the day, of course, I want a software that I can actually trust that will deliver work that is quality and also similar to what I already put out so that I don't always have to go back and make readjustments, etc. It'll be great to use. And I can't wait to share that with everybody and share the videos and, you know, how we take the photos from basic amazing to extraordinary amazing in 2.5 seconds. You know, that's the best part, is just saving all of your time. I was going to come back here very quickly. So at this very last part, when we talked about exporting our photos with the accepted portion of the photos, you have the chance to move the photos from where they originally were, or you can copy them. So my preference is always to copy over the photos. I just, you know, back in the day, in my early days, I had the ordeal of, you know, somehow losing photos and all that. So I like to copy. I always like to have a copy
Okay.
somewhere so that I can go back and be like, hey, you know, and that's a human error, not an AI error. So I'll copy over the photos and then it'll start the copying process. And then your work is done. So that is the fun and amazing part of all of this. It's not daunting. It does not take a lot of your time. Um, and it's easy to use. You know, I am one that does not, I don't know about the other photographers here, but when I got my first camera, I did not pull out the manual and start reading it. And so the same thing with FilterPixel, when I got it, I literally just opened it up and I was like, let me see if I can figure this out on my own, right? Instead of looking at a tutorial, X, Y, and Z. And I was like, but literally, you know, within 30 minutes, I was like, oh, this is easy to use step by step. Now, do as I say, not as I do, you all definitely go check out the tutorial. But for those that might be a little more stubborn, you can just get in there and start playing with things, moving it around and seeing how it works. And it's a breeze. It's so much fun. It's easy to use. You know, you can talk to your friends and have a virtual brunch while your photos are culling. So it's really great.
Amazing. Okay. So there is actually a question. I believe two people have asked that. And
Mhm.
so someone's actually asking that is it compatible with Lightroom as it does? Is it transferring all the metadata that we're doing to the Lightroom? So can I go ahead and answer that or do you want to take it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Got it. So I believe, okay, so this is what we believe, like, compatibility is a must, of course. We know that you're dealing with a lot of softwares at this moment. It's not just FilterPixel that you're using. So we recently came up with an update that if you're doing this, like, if you're doing some tags, star rating, color rating, or anything, all of that would be exported to Lightroom, so you'll be able to see it. And I also saw that someone's asking that can we add custom keywords and can we export it to Lightroom? So our CTOs actually already answered that, which is we do have it on the roadmap because again compatibility is the main thing, and that'll also be coming up soon. So I do hope that answers your question, Michael, and I think it was Richard. So sorry, yeah. And I would, because we're getting a few questions related to like, the accuracy and how is it selecting. So can you also go ahead and show us like maybe the apply filter section? So
Sure.
how is it different, like the closed eyes and all of those things, because that'll help people to understand what are the matrix or the categories that it's selecting the photos from. Of course, matrix, there are like 100 to 200 matrix that our tech team and all the engineering are seeing every day and
Mhm.
dealing with it. That's not something that we display on the app because we don't want to confuse you, in short.
Mhm.
And there's so many things that are being evaluated. But what is important, like closed eyes, eye quality, focus quality, all of that is definitely displayed on the app. So
Definitely.
I'll just screen share for Bonnie to actually show the filters or all of those things as well.
Currently, it
Hmm.
might need to process out. I don't know if I did a human error by trying to do the close button, and then give it a little second.
Okay, sure.
I started copying all these photos over, and I know my computer is probably like, "What's happening?"
No worries, no worries. I'm just checking out the comment section in the meantime.
Absolutely.
So, guys, if you still have any questions that I might have missed, I'm so sorry. You can just send them again, and both of us will cover it. So, if there's anything left, yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
You want to close the app and open it again?
Sure, we can definitely do that. Oh, over here making me break the internet. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Perfect. Okay, can you see the screen or do I need to go back to sharing?
Now they can. Yeah, I've just enabled it. So you can go back to the app. Yeah. Yeah. Now.
Perfect. So we are here at this wedding. Perfect. And I love it. You can even, close out the app, you bring it back up, your wedding's there. You don't have to worry about anything. And it has saved all of your accepted, rejected, and all the photos. So that's great as well. So let's get into what we
So,
are going
I
to do.
actually asked you this question as well because this is one of the most common questions that we get, and I quote actually, someone had actually asked us, "Will AI cull out the closed eyes?" Which is maybe a
Mhm.
result of a good laugh, or if the bride's mom is having a lovely moment, or if someone starts dancing, or if there's a makeup or a getting ready going on. So
Mhm.
we did get this question, and I'd let you answer it and actually maybe show what you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so out of the collection of the photos of, let's say, the mom and the daughter having a special moment, somebody's laughing or closing their eyes, or they might be looking down a little bit, Filter Pixel will always choose one of the photos to have. So you can see right here, he is looking down. He is reading his love note from his wife, and Filter Pixel did accept the image. Let's go double click on it. So clearly, like, he is looking down, he's reading, and it's still good and clear. And you can see him looking down, and then you can also see here, you can see the multiples. Okay, so one got rejected, one got accepted, and one is just not untagged because basically it's a duplicate. Let me see if we have a few more. Some more accepted where, of course, he's looking down and they're smiling. Clearly, they're focused on getting dressed, getting ready, looking down, partial to closed eyes, still there. Okay.
So just adding that, this is a natural expression because people have to look down in order to read something. So that will
Mhm.
not be rejected or that will not be discarded for you.
Right.
It'll
Mhm.
actually like this photo itself,
Mhm.
this is a
Mhm.
kissing moment. It actually also tags it right there in the bottom right. It's actually a kissing moment, and it's very natural for people to close their eyes. And sometimes it's actually a prompt as well that photographers
Mhm.
ask, "Can you just close your eyes while you're doing this?" So this definitely wouldn't be rejected because this is a very important shot, I believe,
Mhm.
from the wedding and definitely deliverable to the client. So just wanted to actually project that as well. And
Yes.
I believe there was one more question that we did get, which you already answered right at the start, but I'll still take it
Mhm.
up. We usually
Sure.
get this question because people are quite scared when they're using such apps. So they did ask, do we delete the photos after we're done with the process, or do we just tag them? Like, what do we do?
Absolutely not. So none of the photos get deleted to where you can't access your original photos. In this system, it is basically a tagging system. So it'll just select what you want to essentially move over to a folder or to Lightroom to work on. So you do not have to worry about deleted photos.
Okay,
Sorry.
great. So Richard actually asked what are the genres that we can cull. So can you go to the import screen and actually show him the drop down that what all do we do, like while you were
Sure.
importing? Yeah.
Sure. The drop
So
down.
just to answer that, we have really all the genres that you can put in. We also
Right.
have a feature called Assist, where it
Mhm.
actually learns your style. So there's no restriction. Come
Mhm.
with anything. So yeah, she'll just show you the genres there itself.
I
You
am
can just
so
put in
tired.
anything. We won't proceed with the culling, of course.
Sure. Apologies if y'all can hear the background. I did not know people were going to be doing some yard work today. Okay, so here you can go name project. I can say test two. And then the drop down, we have weddings and events, portraits, family portraits, sports, and others. So, I mean, in others for me, I put like boudoir photos, right? Which is a portrait, but it might be a little different. So I put it in that category, but you have a lot of different categories to work from here.
Got it, got it. Oh, definitely makes sense. We can definitely add that too. So, Richard, I hope that answered your question as well. And I believe we were done with all the questions.
Sure
Yep,
thing.
yep,
And
we
see,
done.
when you bring it in, it's great because it starts culling immediately and it goes straight into accepting and rejecting photos. And remember, rejecting does not mean deleting, it just means we are not going to flag it as a photo that we want to keep. That's it. As far as doing something else with it, editing, whatever you want to do with it. So I think it's so simple and easy to use. Look how fast it's working and loading. Just make sure, of course, you have internet, and let the software do the work for you. You know, this was a lot less photos because it was actually an already cold photo, but this is happening in about 2 minutes. It'll be completely cold. So
Okay, awesome.
perfect.
Is
And
there anything else that you'd like to show or okay? Amazing. I've actually added a link where you can just follow through and sign up for FilterPixel. Bonnie, can you let us know your Instagram or your preferred channel because people are asking that you want to follow your
absolutely,
personal. Yeah.
absolutely. So if you would like to follow me on Instagram, I actually have two Instagrams. I have my portrait side and my wedding side, which I kind of just started. So the portrait side is Bonnie, Bonnie .blu. So that's Bonnie Blue, but Bonnie .blu. There's no E
Got
on
it.
blue. And
Yeah.
for my wedding Instagram, it's Bonnie's Bridal. So it's BonniesBridal. On Facebook, you can search Bonnie Blue Studios for my group page. And you can always search me on Facebook, Bonnie Blue, still no E at the BLU, and I
Yeah.
will pop up. If you have questions about retouching courses or need any one on one classes or any consultations on how to work on your business or learn certain photography styles, I am available. And you can access that through any of the links on my Bonnie Blue Instagram, or you can just shoot me a message and I'll get to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's an amazing coach as well, which should speak for itself because she's been doing this for the last 10 years. So definitely check her out. I've also given her a link in the comment section. I've pinned it for you all.
Mhm.
And everybody says thank you. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you all for coming and checking out our live today. And you can always try it. Just try the software, see if you like it. If you have an older wedding or portrait session or family session, or if you have something coming up that you want to give a try, you might have an event or a wedding about to come up. I'm having some stuff come up very soon. So I know I'll be posting more videos about how I use the software and really the quick process in all the different ways. So not just weddings, but you will see some culling from some portrait sessions and some creative sessions I have coming up. And you'll say, oh, okay, that still looks really good. It still does a really good job. So we're excited to share Filter Pixel with you all. Stay tuned. You can ask questions. We're here to support you.
amazing. Yeah. So Bonnie is also available in the Facebook community. You can ask her questions or you can just go to her Instagram or her Facebook pages that she's just mentioned. And it was an amazing session, Bonnie. So thank you for your time and being with us. So Katrina, Sean, and Michael, all of them say this is an awesome session and thank you. And I agree with them.
Thank
So
you.
yes. Is there
Perfect.
anything that you'd like to show or should we just wrap it up?
I mean, you said any images?
I think, sorry, I didn't understand. We've already showed the wedding, right?
Yes. So I
Yeah.
think we're all set. I think we're all good. We can do another live in the future. If you all want to pop on or see something other than a wedding, then we can get with you all and connect
Oh,
on
yeah.
that. And let us know
Definitely.
what you all like to photograph as well. So if you're a wedding photographer or if you're a wedding and portraits, branding, kids, high schools, whatever you do, senior sessions, let us know. We would love to know, and we would love to get some examples out to you on how the filter pixel culling system does with those genres as well. Thank
Definitely,
you.
yeah. She was actually just culling a photo cookout, which is from the last year.
Wow.
And I was like, let's do weddings this time and let's do this one later.
Mhm,
So she had both of them like right in place. So we can
mhm.
definitely do any other genre, whatever you tell us, or even another topic, and we can definitely do that. So try out the app if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, we're available right here. Bonnie's available right here for anything you need to ask. So yes.
Thank you so much. Until next time, everyone, thank you for coming and supporting and hanging out with us today.